right, guys, welcome to another episode of The Vault. Today I have a great guest by the name of Charlie Joslain, who is a commercial director as well as a creative director. So first of all, why don't you tell us a little bit about your origin story and how you became a creative director and, feature film director?
So, I'm originally French. I was born on the French West Coast and I grew up in Paris. I do not speak this way because I don't like the French accent. So I decided to watch a movie every day for 2 years, and between the age of 14 and 16, and I repeated after the VCR. Yes, I did say VCR, because I'm 35, so I'm old. And I got rid of the accent. I assumed the first impression would be better without the French accent. And then when I was 18, I moved to the UK, and within about 5 minutes, the first Brit I met told me that I was an idiot, and the French accent was sexy, and I made a big mistake. So there you go. That's the story about why I speak English the way I do, or at least try. And then I did my studies in the UK and southwest of London for 5 years. Then I moved to Munich in Germany. That was partly related to a girl. Big mistake, but it's okay. And turned out to be a very wise move. I met somebody who was a Russian producer, worked in the field of advertising. And he saw my short films at the time, thought I had some talent, some potential. Charlie, you have potential. That's as much of a compliment I ever got from him. And he thought maybe I would be good at writing, directing, so he got me started into the field of advertising in that capacity, and he really became a mentor.
So talk to us about the advertising world. What does that entail for, tell us about your journey in the advertising world.
So originally I was good with post-production, 3D motion graphics, this kind of stuff, video editing, because I could learn it by myself. And of course, being in college, I thought, well, when I graduate, I need to get a job of some sort. This is pre-YouTube, so we had the big books with how to use Final Cut, this kind of stuff. So I learned it by myself. Moved to Germany, met the guy, and he was like, okay, you seem to be good at finishing the process. Maybe you're good enough to start it. So I discovered what pitches were, how to write. He would come to me with a small client brief commercial for soap or pasta, whatever. And again, he dealt with the world, the Russian-speaking world, Turkey, Azerbaijan, also these countries we never hear about, but there's lots of oil and gas money and a huge population. There's a lot of work, and he became really big over there. So he would bring a brief and say, Charlie, you've got 2 hours to give me 5 viable ideas. And I would say, 2 hours, but it's okay, it's an hour and 59 minutes now. So great way to learn, to really squeeze your brain and to think logically as to what the target is, who wants to achieve what the message is, etc., etc. So that got me off into, as a good start, to learn how to write and how to squeeze my little brain and make viable ideas, let's put it this way. And then the production side of things, a week later, he said, okay, I'm going to shoot a commercial in Kazakhstan. Do you want to direct it, yes or no? It took me about 0.3 nanoseconds to say yes. And
that's a long time.
It was a very long time. I was hesitant. I was like, is he going to sell my kidney? I mean, he's Russian. Things took off from there. And I don't know, I did about 20 commercials with him. The rest is history, as they say.
So you worked with companies like Unicef and Barclays, and
tell
me about the Unicef commercial specifically, because I thought that was a really nice one.
Cool. So after the 2 years in Germany, I moved back to London. This was the peak of what they call over there the credit crunch. So the big crisis in 2008. So terrible timing. Money was tight for at least 6-7 months. Ate a lot of pasta, and then a few years later, things got better. Started a little business with a friend of mine called Brieux, but everybody calls him Billy because nobody can say his French name. And it didn't work out too well because we were not good at business and getting clients. I'm good at the creative side, not the business side too much. Something came up, and we came up with this idea, or I should say since I was the creative director, came up with a concept for Unicef for landmine awareness. And we approached Unicef, we pitched it to them, they liked it very much, the big guys in New York.
What's the concept? For the audience who haven't seen the commercial.
It's very simple. It's a single track and shot. It starts tracking along a wall. You see pairs of shoes for a little girl, and 2 pairs, pairs with 2 shoes, and another pair, and then suddenly there's just 1 shoe and 1 shoe and 1 shoe. And then it stops. In the bottom left corner, there's a single shoe, and then in the right side, you can see a little girl who's just walking towards her mother for a hug, but she's got only 1 leg. And we basically brought the concept of imagine what your life, you, Western audience, would be like, should your child have the, suffer the misery of stepping on one of these landmines. So bringing what is the pain of, lots of people in the world due to unexploded devices, bringing that to the context of a familiar and comfortable Western home. Super simple, super cheap, but very effective. They loved it.